Good evening, everyone. Sister Wallace here. Tonight, my theme is He chose me over Himself. And it made me stop and think about all the times that I had to decide, am I going to do something for myself or am I going to have to do something for my children? I want a pair of shoes. My children need shoes. Or I need shoes, but my children need shoes more. Or is there enough to buy groceries and a new outfit? Or is there enough to pay all the necessary bills, the light bills, the this, the that, the other? Is there going to be anything left over to do something fun? To buy myself a new dress? To get my hair done? Or do I need to focus on what the children need? They need a new backpack. They need a new coat. They need new clothes. And some of us are fortunate enough that we don't have that struggle. You know, we had enough money that was not an issue. But when you take that and think about how Jesus chose us over Himself, in spite of knowing that there would be many who would not accept Him, who would not acknowledge Him, who would not love Him, who would not embrace Him, in spite of being ridiculed, in spite of knowing that He was going to go through some horrendous treatment on the way to the cross. He prayed, and the anguish in His prayer was so great that His sweat was as drops of blood. And then at the end of His prayer, He said, Father, nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. That was Him choosing our needs over His. That was Him choosing love for His Father and His Father's love for us over Himself. That was Him saying, you know what? Yep, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be painful. And then having to have that space of time that His own Father had to turn His head away because He couldn't handle. He didn't like to see what was happening to His Son. He did not like what was going on with His only Son. You know, I have one son, and I can't for the life of me think of anybody that I would give my son up for. And that is selfish, but it's the truth. In spite of having those feelings, in spite of all of that, God loved us enough to allow His Son to push through the anguish and the pain and the hurt that He had to endure on His way to the cross. And then to be nailed on that cross, to have, can you imagine? We want to die over a paper cut. We get a paper cut and we're disinfecting it and we're putting Band-Aids on it and we're alcoholing it and wrapping it up to make sure it doesn't get infected. And Jesus had a whole nail pierced through each of his hands and through his feet to remain on a cross for a people that many of whom would never appreciate what he has done. Not then and not now. And until he comes again, he did that knowing that many would turn him away. Many would deny him. That's a heavy, heavy, heavy thing to really think about. But on the same token, it's a joyous occasion. Because knowing that he chose me over himself means that I get to be saved. It means I get to be delivered. It means I get to be set free. It means that at the end of my life, when I have breathed my last breath on this earth, I get to live in eternity with him because he chose me over himself. Think about that. And when you do, tell God thank you. Because he could have said, you know what? They are ungrateful. They are stiff-necked. They are rebellious. Let's scratch this thing. And we can just go poof and start all over again. But instead, he continues to strive with us. He continues to call us. He continues to love us in spite of it all. So when you lay your head down tonight, say, Lord, thank you for another full day. When you get up in the morning, Lord, thank you to let me see another day. And then live the rest of that day. And however many more he chooses to give you, giving him thanks and praising him and worshiping him. Because if he does nothing else for you that whole day long, he let you wake up. God bless you and good night.